It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders on Monday Night Prime Time.
Not far east from the unmistakable buildings of the nation's capital, we've got a building that's also unmistakable in sight, but bears a new name. Welcome to Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game. You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Wilson on 1st and 10. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And they make the tackle at the 38. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Neighbors with the catch. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Second and 3 now. Here's Wilson to the air. Caught by Theo Johnson. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have. And he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
A give to Tracy up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Wilson now. Has it down close. He has the New York touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a third time for 6.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL. I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Has a man, it's Brown. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Play fake here, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's 2nd down coming up. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Forced out to his right. He's running for it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vet, Tressway. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the gun, it's Tracy. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Here's Tracy once more. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Wilson on third down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll turn this into a solid gain down to the 14. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Second quarter about to get underway, and an opportunity to score here for the Giants. Russ now from the gun. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Tracy reaches the end zone. Touchdown, New York! The Giants take a 13-0 lead. Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. Back out run the Commanders for their second drive of the game. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Robinson on the inside give. A lot of grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal, and because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
An option give to Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Slot man motioned over. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tyler Newbin with the tackle. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Daniels. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders start to fight back with their first points of this game. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And that lead they've got, Brock, they are never going to have to worry about losing it if they keep scoring every time they touch this football.
Is that how it works?
It surprisingly is. You know, if you have the lead and you don't lose it, you win.
And that type of start, well, you wanted all 17 games of a season, but you're lucky to get it more than once.
Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd and 3 now. From the 31. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
And he drives it up past the 45. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 46. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure, but you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go left side with Tracy. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Bails out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers were also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders in possession. Daniels on 1st down. Pitts reels it in. And they get this down to the 28. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. He's on the move. Fights off the pressure. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Bobby Okereke making that stop.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. He'll get this to Samuel. Decent gain here, but short of the first. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders earn the chance to tie before halftime. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guys you do trust the most to score. In a lot of cases, well, you trust your quarterback, and all he did was add to that trust.
Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Giants take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 30 seconds to work with. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First down, here's Russ. Has his man, it's Tracy. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Give that tackle to Johnny Newton.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Back to throw it. This is complete to Neighbors. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. Out comes the offense for Washington to begin the third quarter. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And it's going to be second down.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be Giants football. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying the right side with Tracy. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Ross off the play fake. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Russ now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First and 10 from the 41. A handoff to Tracy. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. Give them 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Wilson throwing 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. This one misses the tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Wilson with it on first. Connects with Slayton. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that first down marker. All right, here we go. Second down. Russ is cooking again. Into the hands of Neighbors. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They go right back to Tracy. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third and a lone yard coming up. Russ setting to throw. That's caught for the first. And in, touchdown New York. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Gano for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Gano ready to send this away. His return starts at the 5. His return makes it up to the 25. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Bobby Okereke making that stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, around to Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Daniels from the pistol. He's got Brown on the slant. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Daniels back to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deontay Banks. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
The Giants down Russell Wilson, headed back to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
This is Tracy. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Giants with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Third and 4 coming up now. Russ is gonna cook here. Connects with Johnson. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. He finds Slayton. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Sticking in the air with Wilson. Short pass brought in. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Throwing again. Here's Wilson. Able to hit Robinson. Complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. 16 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Short side option here. He's running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Gano ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Complete. It's McLaurin. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, here's Daniels. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Wow, wide open here. Complete. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Gray now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. It's Tracy on the carry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Big shot to begin the drive, has him up beyond the 40. On 1st down, it's Wilson. They did it! He made the interception! And the Commanders have some new life in the 4th. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
The Commanders set to take over. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown. Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Throwing now, Daniels. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders trailed by a field goal. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Slot man in motion right. 3rd down give to Robinson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A 6-yard run, and now they've got 4th down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Matt Gay now in a high-pressure spot. A 27-yard look here. Looking good, and it's through! And they've tied it up late in the 4th!
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Here he is to throw. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw it. Neighbors with a catch. And that will not be enough for a first down. The Giants using their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's a short gain of 1. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for second down. Setting up to pass. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. So everything comes down to this from Graham Gano. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. That kick is no good. Oh, he mishit it. And barring a miracle, we're set up for overtime.
The mission objective now becomes supporting him after that miss, Kate. We're heading to overtime, and in that extra frame, you know there's a good chance he's going to be called on again to go out and try to win this game.
Daniels on first down. This to win the game. Oh, what a play! He pulls in the Hail Mary and wins this game! It's a walk-off, Brock. They hit the end zone as time expires. What a way to earn a win in this league.
And they may be walking off the field, but the party just begins. There is nothing like a locker room that gets to celebrate a moment like that.
So score this as a win for the Commanders. And Brock, we all know any win is a good win, but playing against a division rival, oh, it always feels so much better dealing them one in the L column.
These are the teams that know you best, Kate, but also the ones that you know best. So yes, it is just a little bit sweeter when you take care of business in your own division.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from DC.